Hi, welcome to Open Door Yoga. My name is Michelle, and this entire practice is focused around Sun Salutation A. The only prop you really want to consider having today is some type of folded blanket or folded towel. I have a folded yoga blanket, but any household blanket or bath towel, beach towel will do. We will do one posture that is a little bit of an intense stretch through our back body. And so if your back body is feeling a little stiff or sore today, or you know that that is something that you're working on in your practice to loosen up a little bit, maybe consider having a prop with you that could bring the ground a little bit higher so we don't have to bring our hands all the way down to the mat. So I have yoga blocks, but you could also position your mat in front of a low support surface, something like the seat of a sturdy chair or even a low coffee table. So with all that being said, let's get started. We're gonna make our way to seated. If you'd like, since we're just starting the practice, if you want to grab your folded towel or blanket and bring it under your sitting bones, that may feel like a nice option. Bringing our hips up a little bit higher than our knees reduces that flexibility demand in our low back, outer hips, and it allows us to really relax through our legs, let them hang heavy. We'll then stack our shoulders over our hips, ears over our shoulders, bringing a little bit of engagement here in our center, our core, our belly muscles. Take a little bit of the weight out of our low back. Begin to relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You can close down your gaze here, or maybe just lower it slightly down to the mat. Let's bring our awareness to our breath. And as you notice the expansion of your breath against your body, let your awareness also shift to your entire physical body. Feel yourself centered here, grounded down into your mat. And as you begin to arrive here on the mat, I'll just chat a moment about this practice. So while this practice is focused on Sun Salutation A, the beginning portion is going to be designed to really open up our body in a way to help this Sun Salutation A feel the best that it can. So Sun Salutations are wonderful tools in a yoga asana practice or a practice that's focused on postures. They help to warm up the body, preparing us for maybe some more involved postures later on. They also help to open up our energy channels by moving the spine through different directions. Many yoga practitioners practice Sun Salutation A first thing in the morning or at the beginning of a class. Now for many of us, we need a little bit of prep work, and that's what today is all about. We'll practice Sun Salutation A, some of the elements before we put it all together, but we're really designed to open up our body so that our Sun Salutation A is going to feel the absolute best that it can in our body today. As you're ready, we're going to make our way off of our lift onto hands and knees. So position your folded blanket, folded towel here towards the back of the mat. That's where we're going to be using it. And then roll your knees under your hips. We're going to bring our knees to touch, our toe mounds to touch, tuck our toes, and send your weight back over your heels. Yes, it's everyone's favorite toe stretch. Maybe reach back and tuck your pinky toes. Now, if it feels too intense in your body to bring your whole weight over your heels, no worries. Rest your hands down on your thighs or even the mat to bring your weight slightly out of your heels. That's going to help a ton. If it is available in your body, I do invite you to hang out here with me in this toe stretch. We have this. One of our lines of fascia runs all the way from the bottom of our feet up our back body. And fascia is so important. It encompasses and supports not only our bones and our muscles and our joints, but also our blood vessels, nerve fibers. It's filled with fluid and it helps support healthy movement. And when we engage in healthy movement and healthy stretches here, we keep that connective tissue lubricated so that it can continue to support us. But our feet are one of those things that we often ignore. And so taking a moment to start here is going to really help as we think about opening up our back body and keeping our whole body healthy. We'll just be here for a couple more breaths. One more full breath in. Exhale. We're going to make our way out of this posture very slowly. So begin to walk your hands down. Keep your toes tucked. We'll make our way into hands and knees. And once you feel your body centered here, then and only then, rock on to the tips of your toes. Pause for just a moment and exhale. Tuck those toes. Bring the tops of your feet down to the earth. Maybe even tap them a few times if that feels nice. From here, tuck your toes again. Ground down through all 10 knuckles, through both palms evenly, but especially between your index finger and the thumb side of your hand. From here, we're going to begin to send our hips back and pause here. No, we are not coming back into toe stretch, I promise. But take a moment to pull your upper arm bone into your shoulder socket. And from here, keeping that locked position, send those hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet if it feels good in your body. As you begin to get settled here, roll your triceps to the midline to create a little bit more space to open up through your chest. Engage through your core to send your hips up and back, reaching your sitting bones to the space between the back wall and the ceiling. Begin to find stillness here in your legs if you haven't done so already. If you have a slight bend in your knees or if your heels are lifted, no worries. We'll be here for one more full breath in. One more full breath out. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. And we'll exhale here in a forward fold. Strong knee bend here. You could even create a tabletop for your chest to rest on. It's going to let you really relax through the back of your neck, letting your crown drop towards the ground. It's also going to make sure that instead of a strong muscular stretch, you're going to feel more of a release through your low back. On your next inhale, rise to half lift. Press through both of your arches. Weight is centered as we send our thighs back, reaching our sitting bones up. Crown reaches towards the front of the room. Shoulder blades flat on our back body. Strong engaged core to support that low back. Full breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rise to half lift. I want you to really feel this posture get settled into your body here. We're pressing those thighs back, but if we have a slight bend in the knees, that's okay. Our weight is centered over our arches. Full breath in. Exhale, we're going to keep this flat back. Bend slightly into your knees. Inhale, rise, sweep those arms up and overhead. Extended mountain. Exhale, release your hands down by your side, mountain pose. Pause here for a couple breaths. Notice the energy that you're already starting to create in your body. Shoulder blades flat on our back body. Fingers are starting to sink down towards the floor. Press into the soles of your feet and reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. And exhale, forward fold. From here, we're going to grab our blanket, bring it in front of our toes, and then we're going to step our toe mounds up onto the blanket, keeping our heels lowered. Now, the thicker your blanket, the more intense you're going to feel this sensation. So take a moment here to find the position of the blanket that feels good, or stay here for several breaths. And as you begin to feel settled, what we're going to do is begin to walk our hands forward as far as we can while keeping our heels lowered. And that might not be very far. This is also where you may want to have your lift available to you. So whether you're using yoga blocks or a support surface, you can take a moment to get positioned. Sometimes bringing your hands up a little bit higher just gives a little bit more length to your arms. And this position might feel a little bit more comfortable in your body. Full breaths in here. Send your breath to the points in your body that need the most support. Pull those upper arm bones back into the shoulder socket. Let's take one more full breath in. Exhale, return to that forward fold. Release any props off to the side, or even take this blanket out from underneath of us. Release into this fold. Inhale again, rise to half lift. Send your thighs back, reach your crown forward. Strong core. We're not holding any weight in our low back here. Exhale, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, rise on up to extended mountain. Exhale, release down to mountain pose. Bring your hands to touch, your palms to touch behind your back. Interlock your fingers and begin to press your knuckles out and away from your body. Roll your shoulders back. Feel a little bit of an opening through your chest. If it feels good, you could even take some movements here with your neck. Maybe shaking our head gently from side to side or up and down. Find what feels good in your body. On your next exhale, we'll release those arms down by your side and inhale, sweep them up and overhead. Extended mountain. Feel some tension between your arms, almost like you're trying to hold something over your head. Begin to grasp your left wrist with your right index finger and thumb. And exhale, begin to bend to the right side. So nice side body stretch. Inhale, feel that expansion through your left rib cage. Exhale, feel that gentle release. One more full breath exchange here. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, release those hands. Full breath in here in the center. And exhale, take it to the other side. So grasp your right wrist with your left index finger and thumb, and then we're going to bend to the left. Feel grounded through both of your feet evenly. Weight is still balanced over our arches. One more full breath exchange. And on your next inhale, rise on up. Exhale, release those hands down by your side. Take a moment here in mountain pose. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. And exhale, forward fold. From here, walk your hands forward back into a downward facing dog. If it feels good, take another couple feet pedals here. And as you get settled, notice if this downward facing dog feels any different than the first one. 3 more full breaths here. Full inhale. Exhale to release that breath completely. Full inhale. Exhale to release the breath completely. And then 1 more full breath in. 1 more full exhale. And at the bottom of your breath, release those knees down to the earth. We're going to make our way into a plank on our knees. So bring your hands about shoulder distance. Shoulders are just over our wrists or even behind our wrists here. Nice straight line of energy from the crown of our head down into our knees, since we're here down on our knees. Toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels nice. Full breath in here, find that length through your spine. And exhale, keeping those elbows tucked by your torso, we're just gonna bend slightly, maybe about halfway down, and pause. Inhale, rise on up. And exhale, send those hips back and down to kind of a modified child's pose. Inhale, rise on up. Nice long spine. Exhale, bend slightly into those elbows. Keep them tucked on your sides. Pause. Inhale, rise on up. And exhale, send it on back to child's pose. Do that just a couple more times. Inhale, rise on up, knee plank. Exhale, find that little mini bend in those elbows. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, back to child's pose. One last time here. Inhale to this knee plank. Really feel your weight held in your core the whole time. Exhale, find this kind of half push-up feeling. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, send it back to child's pose. This time, let your forehead really release down onto the mat. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, rise on up. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Again, pull those upper arm bones back into the shoulder socket. Roll your triceps to the midline. Press energetically your heels down towards the mat, even if they're not reaching the mat. Bring your weight into your core to send those hips up and back. 1 more full breath in. 1 more full breath out. On your next inhale, gaze up to the space between your hands and then send your feet there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Or pause here for a moment. Shoulders really flat on those back bodies. Imagine pulling your shoulder blades back towards your hips. 1 more full breath in. Exhale, slight knee bend. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, release to mountain pose. We are going to go through 1 round of a modified Sun Salutation A, and we're going to move really slowly here. So we can take our time, feel all of the postures get settled into our body, so we feel comfortable and confident that we can move a little bit faster when it comes time to move with our breath. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, extend a mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. We'll take a full breath exchange here. Shoulders really sliding down towards your hips, strong core. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back to plank or a knee plank. If you are in plank, our shoulders, instead of being over our hands, maybe they're back over our wrists. And then instead of holding our weight up here, pull your belly button in, away from your shirt, like you're trying to suck it into your body. To hold your weight a little bit more in your core. Hug your thighs to the midline. Heels are lifted over toe mounds, and we're pressing back through the soles of our feet. Gaze is down. One more full breath in. Exhale, keep those elbows tucked as we lower all the way down to the mat. Release the tops of your feet, your forehead. Inhale, pull your shoulders back. And as your chest lifts, send your heart up and forward. Baby Cobra, Bhujangasana. Our elbows are still tucked here against our side torso. And instead of pointing up, they're kind of starting to point downward. Shoulder blades still flat on our back body. Sensation is held between our shoulder blades. So if you feel any tightness or pinching in your low back, maybe pull with your palms to send your heart forward. Create a little bit of length in your low back. One more full breath in here. Exhale, release your forehead. Inhale, tuck your toes. And exhale, scoop through your belly. Send it on up to plank or plank on the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 5 full breaths here. So take your time to get settled. Maybe notice subtle changes in your body. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more open in your chest. Maybe you're really feeling that engagement in your core to keep those hips up and back. Notice your ears in line with your upper arms. Energetically pressing down through those heels. One more full breath exchange here. Then inhale, look to the space between your hands. Send your feet there, step, walk, or float. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. One full breath exchange here. Really feel strong in this posture. Shoulder blades sliding down towards those hips. Crown reaching forwards. Sitting bones reaching up and back. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, release your hands down by your side. Back to our mountain pose. Take a moment and reflect on that sequence. We're going to finish this standing portion of the posture of this practice today by going through Sun Salutation A 3 times at the pace of our breath. You can choose the variations that feel best for you. I'm going to demonstrate a full plank where I'm up off of my knees, but you're also welcome to take a knee plank. I will be lowering down to chaturanga and pausing. You're welcome to lower all the way down to the mat. If you do so, when I transition to up dog, you will be transitioning to that baby cobra option. And we will all be taking about 5 full breaths in downward facing dog. So wherever you are coming from, take your time as you transition to downward facing dog. There's no rush. Get settled here. Feel yourself grounded down through the big toe mound, pinky toe mound of your feet, through the center of your heels, waist balanced over your arches. Slight tuck in your pelvis so your tailbone's pointed down. Strong engagement through your core. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank or knee plank, and lower down to chaturanga or down to the mat. Inhale, full inhale to upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. 5 full breaths here. They can be audible exhales if you'd like. Full breath in, maybe an audible exhale. Find what feels good in your body. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Inhale, step, walk, or float your feet to the top of the mat. Rise to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up to extended mountain. Exhale, release your arms down to mountain pose. One full breath exchange here. We'll start round 2. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back to plank or plank on your knees. Lower down to chaturanga or your belly. Full inhale will send you up to up dog or baby cobra. And exhale, we'll all make our way to downward facing dog. Take your time here. Really notice the subtle changes in your body each time you come into downward facing dog. Maybe this is an opportunity to practice. Take one element and really focus on it. Notice how this posture can feel more settled in your body, and take it. On your next inhale, step, walk, or float your feet to the top. Rise to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up, extended mountain. Exhale, release your hands, mountain pose. One full breath exchange here. Last time through. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to the plank of your choice, and lower down, chaturanga at your belly. Full inhale to up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, last time in downward facing dog. Maybe take a few breaths together here as a class. So full breath in, audible exhale, full breath in, audible exhale. Last time, full breath in, audible exhale. Inhale, step, walk, or float your feet to the top, rise to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Last time, extended mountain. And exhale, release to mountain pose. Take a couple breaths here. Notice what's happening in your body. Noticing if you've generated any heat or any energy. Notice the physical sensations of your body. If you've lost that awareness or control of your breath, bring it back. As you're ready, we're all going to make our way to seated. If you'd like, you can grab your lift again and bring it under your sitting bones. And from here, our last posture today is just going to be a seated twist. So come into whatever seated posture feels best. If you want to do an easy seat, or if you're looking for a slightly more engaged, not engaged, but maybe an intense stretch, maybe you want to cross one leg over the other. And if that's the case, we're going to start by crossing our right leg over our left. You can hug your right knee to your chest. Full breath in, nice long spine, and exhale, twist to the right. If you're in an easy seat, either leg can be crossed in front. You can bring your left hand to rest on your right knee. And in either option, our right hand is just resting behind us. Full breath in. Really use your inhales to create space between the vertebrae of your spine. So when you exhale, you've got room to twist a little bit deeper. Twists are coming from our core, not through our arms, keeping our spine safe, our back safe. One more full breath exchange here. And inhale, unwind. If you've taken this option, uncross your right leg And we'll take it to the other side. So if you're in a comfortable seat, you're welcome to switch your legs as well if it feels comfortable on your body to do so. Wherever we are, we're going to take a full breath in here in the center to create nice length through our spine. So we're grounding down through both sitting bones evenly as we reach the crown of our head up towards the sky. Exhale, twist. If you're in your easy seat, right hand's going to come to rest on your left knee. Left hand's going to come to rest behind. By using your core here, we're keeping those center muscles, our belly muscles, engaged. And again, it's going to allow us to really relax our shoulders down away from our ears. Release any tension that you're feeling through your upper neck or your upper back. We're reaching our sternum towards the left side wall. Let's take one more full breath in here. Exhale to release that breath completely. Inhale, unwind. Uncross your leg if you've taken this option, and we're all going to meet back in a comfortable, easy seat. Hands can come to rest on the tops of your thighs. And we'll end where we started. Shoulders stacked over hips, ears over our shoulders. Strong core. Allow your shoulder blades to slide down and in on your back. You'll feel a little bit of an opening through your chest. We're going to end this practice with really good posture. You're going to hold on to that posture for the rest of your day. I just know it. From here, you can close down your gaze or lower it. If you'd like to make your way to a shavasana, you can do that. Or if you're making your way to a meditation, you're welcome to do that as well. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. I hope it makes you feel a little bit more confident and comfortable with Sun Salutation A. And hopefully it's just a great way to start your morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.